We all love watching the uplifting videos of Sheen Gurrib. She is an entrepreneur, YouTuber, and podcaster. Sheen's story is both interesting and inspiring. In this video, I'll tell you about her humble beginnings, how she became the first woman from her country to attend both Oxford and Cambridge, and how she left academia to become an entrepreneur and content creator. So, now let's start from the beginning. Sheen Gurrib was born on May 22, 1993, into a poor family in Mauritius. She grew up here. Her father worked as a road transport inspector in Mauritius. He had to drop out of university due to financial constraints. Sheen's fifth great-grandfather, Gurrib, hailed from the Gora Bazaar, an Indian village. He didn't have a first name. He boarded a ship in India and arrived in Mauritius in 1856 and started working as an indentured laborer in a sugarcane field. He was just 7 at the time, and his quality of life was horrendous. Sheen's fourth great-grandfather also worked in the fields and was uneducated. Sheen's elder sister, Sarah Gurrib, lives in the U.S. and is the vice president of Lockton. Now, let's take a brief look at her education. After completing her schooling in Mauritius, at 18, Sheen moved to the UK to attend university, much like her sister. Sheen studied for a 4-year combined undergrad and master's degree in materials science from University of Oxford from 2011 to 2015. She graduated with 2.1 grade. Then, Sheen decided to do a PhD and applied for both University of Oxford and University of Cambridge. As she loved her time at Oxford, she decided to pursue her PhD at Oxford, but a month before joining PhD, Sheen's funding fell through because the company that was to sponsor her PhD went bankrupt and Oxford deferred her entry for the next year. So, Sheen took a gap year and returned to Mauritius. Eventually, the Cambridge research team, which had offered Sheen a PhD seat beforehand, succeeded in securing some funding for her PhD. So, she joined University of Cambridge and studied for a PhD in biomedical medical engineering from 2017 to 2019. Sheen is the first Mauritian woman to attend both Oxford and Cambridge. She won the Global Shaper Award from the World Economic Forum in June 2019. Sheen founded Project Access for Refugees in January 2018 in London and worked part-time here until 2020. She also interned as a healthcare market analyst at PharmEnable in 2020. While studying PhD, Sheen used to spend most of her time in lab, doing science. Thanks to this, she quickly realized that she couldn't continue to be in academia, as she didn't like being lonely while working on her project. Sheen also felt that she would acquire very niche knowledge by doing PhD, which she couldn't apply on a broad scale. Also, PhD was very time-consuming, and she didn't feel creative doing it. Sheen didn't want to do PhD but work with a team, in a fast-paced environment, and try many different things. So, she decided not to make a career in academia. At the time, Sheen was interested in consulting, and when the COVID-19 hit, she noticed many SMEs, startups, and charities struggling. So, she along with her friends started Reshape Company, a pro bono consulting initiative, in June 2020 in London. Sheen worked here until September 2021. She started Dream Girl, a women empowerment podcast, in November 2020, and this led to her first TEDx talk, Relearning the ABCs of Girls' Education, in 2021. Sheen wanted to increase the engagement and reach of her podcast. At the time, she was living with Ali Abdul, a popular YouTuber. He suggested she start a YouTube channel, as video podcast will have more engagement than audio podcasts, and also, as there will be an option for people to comment under her videos. So, Sheen started her eponymous YouTube channel on March 29, 2021 and started publishing video podcasts and also regular videos. Currently, she has more than 65K subscribers on this channel. Sheen met Ali through his brother, Timur Abdul. She and Timur were studying at the University of Oxford at the same time. Later, Sheen and Ali became friends and later, roommates, and then, she left for Dubai. Sheen worked as a project manager for MAP the System, Skoll Center for Social Entrepreneurship at Said Business School, University of Oxford, in 2021. Sheen was offered the role of a consultant at Oliver Wyman's London office, but she learned about an opening at their Dubai office and moved to Dubai as she was offered higher salary here compared to that in London, and also, there were no taxes and Dubai was closer to her home country, Mauritius. She worked at Oliver Wyman from 2021 to 2022. Even though Sheen loved the consulting job, her work-life balance wasn't great. Her busy job left her with no time and energy for content creation, and she wasn't able to sustain this in the long run and at the time. Her content was picking up and she was getting brand deals and sponsors on her YouTube channel and podcast. Thanks to being a creative person, Sheen preferred content creation over her job. She decided to use her business knowledge from being a consultant and a manager and also use her content creation knowledge. So, she joined Khalid Al-Amari Media as a chief operations officer in the United Arab Emirates and worked here from 2022 to 2023. Then, Sheen worked as a chief operations officer at Trends in Dubai from 2023 to 2024. She co-founded Professional Network, PIN, in August 2023 in Dubai, and currently, she is self-employed here. Sheen is also a business coach for women in leadership and an adjunct lecturer at Middlesex University in Dubai. She is a fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, United Kingdom, and she was ranked as the top 50 most influential women of Dubai in 2023. In 2024, Sheen was featured on the cover of Weekend magazine and in Khaleej Times. She lives in Dubai. Now that I've finished telling you Sheen's story, enjoy a few tidbits about her. Her favorite book is Are You Too Attached? And thanks to being from multicultural Mauritius, she is outgoing. Sheen knows French, Urdu, Hindi, Arabic, and Creole. This is her mother tongue. Her favorite women are Rati Devlukia, Michelle Obama, Emma Watson, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Sana Marin. Sheen loves traveling. Japan is her favorite holiday destination. She loves old Bollywood movies, and her favorite movies are Kuch Kuch Hota Hai and Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham. Her favorite dishes are biryani and pizza, and favorite desserts are red velvet cake and cupcake. So, how are you inspired by Sheen Gurrib's story? Please comment below. If you are into reading, I've also written her story on my website, which I'm linking in this video's description. Finally, if you are interested in more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.